In this video, we're going to cover the bed. It's really, the bed is in two parts, the top sliding part and then the bottom frame. So to begin with, I'm going to cover the top sliding part. I'll turn the camera down here. As you can see, it's in 4 sheets, and each sheet, this is for a 6-foot bed. They're 18 inches each for these first 3 pieces. This last piece, one part is 14 inches and one part is 4 inches. And I'll show you in a minute what that 4-inch piece is for. It's where it anchors down with 2 bolts to the bottom frame. This top part just slides. The bottom part is anchored and the top part slides, and it goes up and back. Now there's also some piano hinges. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. You can buy those at Home Depot or on Amazon. I found them to be cheaper on Amazon, so I bought them there. But you can do whatever you want. They're at both places. I used a 1/2-inch board for my bed to cut the pieces out of. Now those piano hinges, 2 of them or 3 of them go up. This one, and this one, they face up so that they will bend like this. Here we go. You can see this back one has to bend the same way, bend up. Now on the back part, this one, you can have the cargo under here, and this back part, which is what I use it for, underneath, that's where that well is for those, the lower part for where the seats used to be, the back seats on that Toyota. And it raises up and you can put things down in there. And like I said, this anchors down to the bed frame. This other one has to go on the other side because it bends the other way. So one thing that I ran into when I was building this is that when I put that piano hinge in, I had the ends of these screws were poking up all the way through here, and I had to take a grinder and grind the top of those screws off because my screws were too long. Now you might can find some shorter screws. I just used the screws that came with them, and that's how long they were. And I had the grinder anyway. You can buy those cheaper grinders at Harbor Freight or on Amazon with a grinding disc, and they work just great for that. So I had to do that on both sides. I had to grind them here and then flip it over and grind the bottoms on the other side too. Now on the very front of this, there's some things you have to do to this top section here. Let me see if my camera is still pointed right. No, not too good. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, so on that top board, there's that top board. You can see that there's one little piece here that hits right on the end, and that comes up higher than the board because it holds the cushion into place. If you don't have this board on here, your cushion will try to slide off as you're sleeping, so that's what that's for. And then there's a 2x2 that goes all along the front of that you screw onto that, and that's where the latch goes into the frame part to hold it when you slide it up. And you have to have one of those both sides. So that's just a 2x2 right here. And this is a 2x4 leg. I've got the length in another, I'll show you in a minute how long they, on my bed. Like I said, I'm building it for a 6-foot bed. and you'll have to adjust according to how tall you are. Maybe you're 6'2". That means you'll have to make that bed a little bit longer. You'll have to add some length to it. But a 6-foot bed worked great for me. So you have to put these little 2x4 legs on here. I put little pads on the very bottom of it so it would slide easy on my floor. And then these little screen door latches or door latches you can buy at Home Depot, and they go, you drill a hole and you just latch them in when you get it at the right angle. You have to decide what angle you want that to be at when you're sitting in it, because if you can make it smaller, you can lay back more, or you can sit up more, and that's going to make the difference on where you drill this hole. So you have to decide that beforehand. That's why you really need to build this top piece first. Also, this front edge, this is the board I was telling you about. You have to use this for so hold that cushion in when you're sleeping. And there's the hinge that goes into the frame, and the boards on the front here that go down to the floor, that when you move it out, that's what supports the front edge when you're in the sleep mode. There's the board for the actual bed frame itself, and you can see where it's anchored down to that floor. Here is the back edge of those, the feet that you can see how I anchored that. I've got L braces on both sides of it so it'll be strong, and then that's the little 2x2 that runs along the front edge. Well, that gives you a picture of how I done it. I hope that it works for you in the same manner. I believe it will. Oh, good luck to you. That's all for today. Thank you.